Recording. Alrighty, hello people of the internet. It is I, Solar Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today, on YouTube, we're going to be tackling Section 2 of Ordeal Call 1, Zero Compass, Inner Domain, Paper Moon. If you're coming in here, make sure to drop a subscription so you know when the next video comes out. Like, comment, and again, subscribe. It would be very much appreciated. But, yeah, for those watching this on Twitch, this is the third intro of the day. Man, I miss the time when I could do these many intros. LB7 was very long. Very, very long. Section 2, String and Goodwill / Roniment. So, let's begin. It's a no-battle node. So, I'm waking up in Dark Souls as an undead, not the chosen. Instead, I get farmed by them, gotta get the shards. Well, if I'm not the chosen undead, that implies I don't have my mind, which makes it really question, is it really me? But if I have my mind, then I could, set out on my own, regain my humanity, and not be just a schmuck. I could be someone the chosen undead could summon. Yeah, that's it. High-tech medbase. Oh, good. You're awake. That's a relief. I swear, how many times are you gonna do this? You really are a sleepyhead, aren't you? Don't scare me like that. Aw, come on. You stole my humanity. You needed to feed the dog. You can always get more humanity. You can always get more. Where am I? You're in the partition reserved for repair AIs, often referred to as simply as Repair itself. And this building is Repair's headquarters. Thank you so much for saving everyone earlier. Yep, she's a master. Did she have that command spell on her hand last time? I don't remember. This is probably the moment when I should introduce myself, right? I'm the Prime AI for Type Rs and Head of Repair. Though right now I'm also serving as the Master of Berserker. So maybe it would be easier for visitors like yourselves to address me like that. And this is... Hey, come on, I thought I explained this on the way here. They're not really our allies. Getting repaired at an AI repair center despite being human. I'm sure it's fine. Again, I love the AI. AI is awesome. So AI will never try to murk me because I love AI. Yeah! I just lied about that to get us through that battle. If anything, this is the perfect chance to ambush them. Don't be ridiculous. They were a tremendous help. Of course we're going to return the favor. I certainly don't have any routines that would let me do something so underhanded. Sorry about that. Here, let me introduce you to Berserker. Fine, I guess. As you can see, I'm both the strongest and handsomest servant you could ever hope to meet. I'm still not sure why I wasn't summoned as a saber. But it's probably because my extraordinary strength led me to be mistaken for a berserker instead. Yikes. Sorry about him. He's just like that. Yeah, poor Duryodhana. He's not as cool as he thinks he is. And not even in the berserker class, because Herc exists. Did I mention what a genius I am, too? Talk about perfect. He certainly has arrogance. I love being stronger, handsomer, and nobler than anyone else in the world. You know, you're not really noble if you're bragging so much. Since I'm known for being fantastically easygoing, I don't mind talking with all of you. Just make sure you treat me with all the respect I'm due. Now then, for starters... Exactly. Is there a reason you're leering at us? Be aware that should you come too close, I am prepared to mount a defense best described as devastating. Just making sure of something. Small as you two are, you are both still women. Anyway, don't worry about it. Neither of you are at all what I'm looking for. Huh? Now, what's your story? You people are master and servant too, right? You know, I'm honestly kind of curious. Does he have a different bit of dialogue? for if you are playing the female master. What is his dialogue for if you are playing as the female master? I'm very curious. Just transform to male form, comma. She can do that. She can indeed, and she has the sprites for it as well. Don't bother trying to bullshit me. I already know about your command spells. Go on. Where'd you come from? From Chaldea, I guess. Huh? You there. Based on the way you fight and act, I'm guessing you're an archer or assassin. Section 2. Yeah, assassin. What about it? So there's no class overlap, then of course we're gonna know where you've been assigned. Hold on, these numbers aren't adding up. I think we may be talking around each other. Are you guys not taking part in the system Grail War after all? Uh-oh. Wait, we can compare notes later. Whatever's wrong with Soul, he still has not been treated. So that should be our top priority. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Of course I'll help however I can. It's my duty as both a repair AI and one who owes you a debt. Besides, the whole reason we repair AIs exist is to treat those who need it. Having said that, my earlier scan didn't reveal anything unusual. Of course, our scanner is tuned for AI, so I wouldn't be surprised if it missed something. Oh, don't worry. We already know you're not AIs yourselves. I also ran as many scans as I could on him while he was asleep. I believe the problem is a discrepancy in the Spiriton conversion of his magical circuits and nervous system. You can tell. Theoretically, there is no way for me to know how much Magecraft-related knowledge the version of me in this world may have lost. So what I'm saying here is similarly based only on what I'm currently able to perceive of this version of Soul that exists in this world. Put differently, this is how this world's structure has interpreted that discrepancy. Regardless of the discrepancy itself, it's not going to go away. The problem is that his magical circuits and nervous system connection are not optimized, which is resulting in a constant garbage generation. Since this problem is tied to his body's composition, it will not get better on its own. In fact, if we don't do something, it will likely get worse. Then what are you waiting for? Do something already. I plan to, naturally. However, we have few options at our disposal. In the interest of being direct, there is but one possible treatment. It will be neither easy nor painless. Are you certain you want to go through with it? You know, Sion, have I told you about the time that Shuten Doji literally rearranged our guts so that we could communicate with Chaldea? Because she literally just, punched a hole, tore a hole into our stomach and started playing around with our guts. I think that whatever kind of treatment you're going to put us through will not compare to that. If it's my only option, then yes. Absolutely. Are you going to operate? If you need an assistant, the R series would be happy to help. Myself included. We'd love to learn anything you can teach us. An operation will not be necessary. I doubt there's anything you could learn from this anyway. This is something only I can do. See this micron thick filament? It is a Spiriton thread that has been passed down through the Altnom family for generations. It's called Etherlight. Etherlight! That was a keyword. I do remember Etherlight and Ronnie being a keyword in the Ordeal Call trailer. AI might have been a keyword. Might is the keyword. Pun not intended. It was originally developed for medical procedures to be kind of artificial nerves, so it should work for this kind of treatment as well. So this is what you were using during battle. Yes, it is. In battle, I was only able to use it to distract those tentacle creatures. Here, I can do much more. Okay, Soul, lie down here again and close your eyes. Whatever you do, do not move. I'll be using Etherlight as a substitute for your standard nervous system, and then we'll then connect it to your magical circuits. That sounds excruciating. To do so, yes, as I thought, this is the only way. Alright then, here goes. I want to know what you're doing. Okay, you can open your eyes now. How are you feeling? Feeling like my head is cleared up. Did you just pierce my brainstem with your Etherlight there, Sion? I see. I'm glad to hear that. It looks like it worked. I have no idea what you just did, but I always love seeing someone get better. Hang on. It feels like something's off in Masters and my magical energy connection now. I anticipated this. It's an unavoidable side effect. Ether light is capable of piercing the brain directly. She did pierce my brainstem! But in this situation involving magical circuit spiriton conversion, I needed one more special path. So I used the command spell system, which is directly connected to the mage's magical circuits, to force a new route for the ether light. Basically, this means that my ether light is now taking the place of part of Soul's command spells and magical circuits. And of course, since I am still the one controlling the ether light, you could say that I myself am now part of his command spells and magical circuits. Say what? Okay, so Sion is trying to become a part of us, quite literally here. Okay. Soul, are you seriously going to let someone besides me take something important of yours? Do you realize you're basically putting your life in her hands? What else can I do? Yes, morally speaking, this was arguably not the best course of action. It was, however, the only one available. This is just the inevitable trade-off. Incidentally, from now on, any magecraft you use through Mystic Codes or the like will go through me as well. You could argue that we are two people forming a single master now. I've never heard of anything like that before. Is that a thing you can actually do? If you're referring to the technical complexity of what I've done, I will simply say that many new possibilities are available here because this is not reality. You want to see Sion fight like her version of her in Melty Blood. I've never seen Melty Blood played. I've never played Melty Blood. Maybe I should look into Melty Blood. I'm uncertain whether such a thing is possible in the outside world. Honestly, I don't care. I can't believe I let this untrustworthy brat take control of something that important. I would never let her do this if I had known what it meant. Damn it! I don't entirely understand what you're talking about, but he's basically healed now, right? Correct. So long as I'm around to support him, he can move and fight without impairment. Thanks, Sion. This will be a big help. Don't worry about it. There's no need for excessive gratitude. Besides, now that I'm here this time, of course, I'm gonna do what I can to help. Excuse me. This is great. When you have your health, you really do have everything. Oh, that reminds me. I got an individual name of my own when I became a master. Berserker came up with it. It's Ayas. He says it means life. Anyway, you can call me that too if you like. Okay then, Ayas, or you're just Ronnie. Got it. Honestly, this may be strange coming from an AI, but I actually really like it. Well, it's fine with just calling her master, but it's pretty inconvenient not having a name. And since she's always going on about health and treatment, Ayas seemed like a good fit. Besides, being of noble birth, it was often my job to name people anyway. All part of my noblesse oblige. Alright, you obviously figure out that I'm an important prince. I couldn't hide my royal aura if I wanted to. Still, don't expect me to just come up and tell you my true name, especially not during a Grail War. You mentioned Karna earlier, didn't you? And Ayas is a Sanskrit word. If anything, I'd say you smell more like the demon Kali to me. You're connected to Karna, so you are from the Bharata, and you are a prince who smells like Kali the demon. Then does that mean you are you Duryodhana? How'd you figure it out so quickly? 'Cause you are not subtle in the slightest, dude. Not subtle in the slightest. Another no battle node. Okay. Guess I'm even more famous than I thought. Yes, this must be the price of fame. That's how I'm gonna think about it. Duryodhana, eldest of the Kauravas, the 100 princes born to the Kuru clan, and also a child of ill omen said to be the avatar of the demon Kali, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you got that last part all wrong. That was just a nasty rumor spread to ruin my reputation. At least I'm pretty sure it was. Trust me, no other prince has been as universally adored as I was. But never mind that now, you know Karna. The hero of benefaction and the dependable child of the sun, sure do. I see. Sounds like you and he have fought together then. He's a lackey, I mean flunky, I mean a dear friend of mine. You probably already know this, but I was the one who discovered him. He wouldn't be who he is if it weren't for me. So whatever respect or admiration you have for him, you ought to have even more for me. Got it? I actually know Arjuna as well. Stop! Don't bring up the five princes now. My heart can't take it. It's making me sick. Listen, it's not that I'm scared of them. It's definitely not that. But at least wait until I'm more in the mood. Right now, I'm still reeling from my true name coming out so casually. I really am. I still don't get what you're talking about, but it sounds like your name is better known than you thought. Sure, I can see how that would be a disadvantage in battle, but what can you do? I mean, it's not like you were going to be able to keep it hidden forever. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Turns out I'm so famous it scares even me. End of story. Oh, and more importantly, I don't need to think about anything else. To be frank, knowing your true name doesn't change things for us one way or the other. One servant in this is one of the five princes, judging by the summon banner. Possibly. Possibly. Now, if you both calmed down, would you tell us more about what's going on around here? Let's see, where to begin? Well, the system currently running is called the AI Holy Grail War, or just a Grail War. That's where you're starting? Come on, these two are a master and servant. I'm sure they already know that much. But they're not AIs like we are, and there are two of them. So I think it's possible that they might be here because of an anomaly of some kind, even if they have nothing to do with the system itself. Do you really? That's ridiculous. Feels like you're mocking us. I don't like it. But anyway, it sounds like we'll never get anywhere unless we hear what this Grail War is about. In the Holy Grail War, as we are familiar with, 7 masters and 7 servants fight one another in a deadly battle royale. The survivor gets a Holy Grail, which they can then use to grant any wish they want. Does that match your understanding? I don't think ours is exactly about granting wishes. For one thing, the whole point of this system is to perform a maintenance on this world. Completing these Grail Wars is what keeps the paper moon operating properly. So, that's the main reason we hold them. So you have Holy Grail Wars to keep things running smoothly, then. That's interesting. If that doesn't make sense to you, then you must really be anomalies. That means you should go see someone who can tell you more than I can. Like the Central Governing AI, who serves as the overseer of the Grail Wars. Central Governing AI? What are you talking about? I thought you led the AIs. No, I'm basically just a representative of the repair AIs. The AI I'm talking about is much more advanced than we are. She oversees all of the Paper Moon's different types of AI. We can take you to see her right now if you like. Are you serious? Why should we go through all that trouble? Oh, don't be so petulant. We still owe them a debt for saving us, don't we? What if Castor comes after you again? Well, we should be okay if we go straight there. I don't think Castor will come after us again so soon. Not after retreating like that. And we should be safe where the Central Governing AI is, since it's a neutral location. Fighting is prohibited there. If possible, I would also like to know more about this world's geography. I see, so you don't even know that much, Then I'll tell you about all the different zones and partitions on the way. You know, this is kind of fun. I've never walked and talked with people before. Everywhere I go has always just been for work. Oh, this is one of those picnic things I've heard about. This is amazing. No, I'm pretty sure this isn't a picnic. Oh, shush. Okay, I'm going to go get ready. I'll be right back, okay?
Yes, I know I brought my sheets down late. Whenever you get to them, you get to them.
Fine, then I'll tell Sol more about this while we wait. Sol, would you mind closing your eyes for a bit? Why? Why'd I have to close my eyes? I am in a VR MMO. I get messages in the corner of my eye. Since we're already connected via Etherlight, I threw in an information processing program as a bonus. It'll automatically organize the information we acquire. I'll set it up so you can easily access it with just a thought. Of course, I don't want to waste its capacity, so I'll not send you any especially bulky data. But I think it should still help you make sense of the current situation, so please, make use of it. Thanks, Sion. No problem. Anyway, we should probably get ready to head out too. Man, this is totally like a VR MMO. We totally got isekai'd here when that bright white abyss took us. Support only for this one. Okay, so no thoughts need to go into any planning. Empty head, no thoughts. Alright, let's get going. See you later, Master. We'll look after things here while you're gone. Are you the Ronnie we helped? Yes, I'm the first AI you rescued. Thank you again for saving me. Result, I've been treating myself since your rescue effort and I'm currently at 0% damage. I'm in perfect working order. The other damaged repair AIs have entered standby mode. If I just said Abyss took us, then my first thought would have been Manus. Well, you know, I gazed into the blinding white abyss when I had my vision taken from me during LASIK, and then was brought back. Staring into that endless white abyss was truly an experience. It makes me wonder if that is what it is to be blind, or if that was something special. It was truly an experience. And we're treating each of them in turn, as soon as we're able. Apart from the ones who are completely destroyed, every unit should be able to return to their standard routine. No, it was an endless white abyss. Endless white abyss. Thanks for seeing us off, Ronnie. Well, this does stray from outside of regular operating parameters. All the AIs who were here talked over it, and we agreed that seeing off as an expression of gratitude was our top priority. I'm here on their behalf, so I hope you don't mind that I'm recording your reaction for our logs. Part of me would still like to keep this recording all to myself, but it's only right that I upload it to our shared storage. There you go, casually raising your affinity with non-humans again. Do you need my arrows anymore? Do you just not need my arrows anymore? Is that it? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy about whatever gets me less work to do. Oh, I almost forgot. I also wanted to give you this raiment as a token of my thanks. Please accept it. You want to give us what? Glowy ball! Into comma! What did you do? Did you just give me some magical energy? Oh, I see. You're still not aware of it. Rudiment is a form of potent energy that serves as the most fundamental core resource in this world's AIs. You've been consuming it yourself whenever you've done anything in this world, even if you weren't aware of it. It doesn't really matter what it's called, but since we had to call it something, the Central Governing AI came up with a name for us. Naming essential things is the first step to creating a beautiful management system, after all. That sounds like it serves the same function as magical energy in the outside world. Now that I think of it, it does make sense that a conceptual world has its own unique scale would have its own kind of magical energy circulating through it to match. I guess that explains why my magical energy felt weird right from the beginning. Yeah, so it's been replaced with something else this whole time. Is it actually different somehow, though? That's the question. I doubt it's significantly different with regards to the interaction between master and servant. We don't know anything about the outside world's magical energy, but for AIs, Rudiment is our life force. It's the only resource in this world that is universally recognized as something valuable and tradable. In that sense, I suppose it's kind of like our currency. That's why I thought giving you some would be a good way to express our appreciation. Yeah, well, I do feel a little fuller now, so thanks. An energy resource that's used as a form of currency, huh? That it stands to reason that there would be people like that Casio who are willing to take it by force. Excuse me. What about me? Where's my Rudiment? I already gave you your regularly scheduled amount. But I'm a growing servant, and as royal as they come, don't I deserve something a little extra? Still no. Okay, everyone, let's get going. See you later, everyone, and please, be careful. Okay, so the central governing AI is located, well, right in the center of this world. She almost never moves from there because she doesn't have to. You mentioned she's a neutral location earlier. What did you mean by that? Well, before I get into that, I have to tell you about how this world is shaped. Maybe a diagram would make it easier to understand? So, this is our world. As you can see, it's basically a big circle. There's another smaller circle in the center. The outer area is divided into 5 partitions. If you count the center circle, there are 6 in total. Each of these partitions is home base for one of the 6 types of AI that run the Paper Moon. Of course, the AIs all go to other areas as well when they have a job to do, but having a default location for them to gather at makes it easier to keep things running smoothly. 6 types of AI. I take it you repair types are one of those 6 then. Yep, the repair here, which is where we are right now, is right here. And these are the transfer, keep, build, grow, and defend. Transfer, keep, grow, build, defend. Each area is designated to support its partition's function. They are also where the AIs that carry out that function gather. The central area, defend, is probably the most immediately relevant to us for now. You see, it's the closest thing we have to a neutral ground during this Holy Grail War. No servant or master is using defend as a base. The very center, where the central governing AI resides, is the most neutral area. Fighting is completely prohibited there. So that's why I figured it wouldn't be too dangerous to go there now. What about the other areas? What are they labeled? I see, I see. This is like Lumio City in Legends EA. I'm guessing, say, transfer is where we'd find AIs that carry stuff around then. But you know, if what I just said is true, then the only reason the Paper Moon works is because all these AI doing their job. What's more, it sounds like like the supposed caretaker of the Paper Moon isn't even aware of these AIs. I ask you, does that seem likely? So you're still suspicious of me? I told you, this is a virtual conceptual world. Even if we are able to observe the inside of the Paper Moon from the outside somehow, I still do not think we would be able to see how this world works. Let me see. Here's an example. When you explain how the body's circulatory system works to a child, you talk about the functions red and white blood cells perform as though they were people, right? Yeah, Ozzy and Drix! Man, that was a great cartoon show. Ozzy and Drix. Or Osmosis Jones, as it was properly called. But I just know it by the theme song, Ozzy and Drix. Osmosis Jones was great. TV show. Good, humorous TV. Think of this in much the same way. The world we see now is just a way for our minds to make sense of what we see now that we're inside of it. Every job these AIs perform can be equated to a separate magecraft or chemical reaction from the real world. Electrons flowing between electrodes, workers transporting electrons as cargo. We may be operating from different perceptual paradigms, but there's no functional difference as far as this world is concerned. It started out as a movie that was part animation, part real world, following a white blood cell called Osmosis Jones inside of the body of a person, essentially fighting off viruses and stuff, which had sort of humanized personas. I think there is an anime that is somewhat like it, with like humanized white blood cells or something. I want to see there was an anime or something that came out like 5+ years ago that was told to be very similar to it, but I can't remember what that anime is. Yes, Cells at Work. It is pretty much the predecessor to Cells at Work. It was quite fun, quite humorous, and it started out as a movie and then it spun off into a TV series as well. But I enjoyed it. It was part of my childhood. We're only able to understand events in terms native to the world from which we originate. I think that's why many things here appear the way they do to us. Yeah, I get it. Makes sense to me. So you're saying this world just formed on its own. How convenient. Well, maybe it is. But it's still the truth. Kindly get over it. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, but be nice to each other, okay? Healthy minds make healthy bodies. And look, we're almost to defend. So we're really going in there. There's something wrong, Berserker. While I am, of course, a super strong, ultra-powerful warrior, I'm also an incredibly savvy general. I once surveyed 100 people, princes, to see if they had thought my intellect and overwhelming virtue were leagues better than those of the spoilt brat Yuhishtara, and every single one of them said yes. That is an incontrovertible fact. And that same incredible intellect has led me to realize what I need to do now. This. Ah! What the hell? He is a berserker. So this checks out. This does check out for berserkers to go berserkin'. Kama Solo. So berserker versus assassin. This shouldn't be that bad. Sion skills. Beginning with this battle, Sion skills will be available in the place to master skills. So gain So, Sion skills. What are our Sion skills? Etherlight cover for attack, NP strength, and NP gauge. Etherlight debuff for a stun and defense decrease. And predictive calculation. So it's essentially the same exact Mystic Code, except with a defense decrease and an NP gauge buff. Wow, this is just like the very basic but awesome battle uniform. Okay. Trying to think. Best method of attack. Yeah, basic combat uniform. It essentially is. Do that. Let's get a stun. Oh, it actually brings up Sion there. Cool. And we'll do that as well. May as well go all out right off the bat. Go all out, Kaba. Charmed him. So the stun was kind of pointless. But it's fine. Doop dop, deep doop dop, doop doop dop. I think we might have this as long as we crit to win. Maybe. It's gonna be tight. Oh, so close. So close. Well, dude, you should have done more than one attack. Because this is just asking for death. Yeah, he's not as smart as he tries to make himself sound. He really is not as smart as he likes to think he is. I'm wondering if the Sion skills will change as the story progresses. Pardon the yawn. Oh, we have little notes up there. I will check those out after we're done with this Arrow of Section 2. Are you stupid or something? I'm kind of wondering here. Is this just essentially Jason? He has a lot of bravado, but he cannot back it up in the slightest. I'm getting that kind of vibe from him, you know? From Duryodhana. Alright, you're a berserker. Never mind. Anyway, now that we know for sure you're an enemy, it's time for you to die. I must admit you're not mistaken. He has been watching us, seeking an opportunity to attack for a while now. I assumed it was only a matter of time. Just as I calculated. Why now? I thought I could take you on if I ambushed you, but you're surprisingly strong for a little girl. I must have let my guard down without realizing it or something. I guess there's only one way to get through this now. Good job! Looks like you've diligently kept up with your training. Now I know how strong you are. The hell did you just say? I wanted to make sure you were prepared for a surprise attack. A little bit of tough love from me to you. Yorona used to do all this kind of thing to me all the time. Seriously, I usually just pawned it off on Karna and made myself scarce, though. For all their complicated talk, that one's still a servant, so they must be connected to the system Grail War somehow. It would be a big advantage if I could been able to take her down while she wasn't on her guard. But there'll still be plenty of chances, so I'll just try again later. I knew I was a genius of a general. Okay, he's worse than Jason. Jason actually has a strategic mind, unlike Duryodhana. Sorry about that. I couldn't help wanting to know how you all stacked up to a real warrior among warriors like me. I should have treated you with a little more like civilians instead. What are you thinking? For a moment I thought you were seriously fighting them. I'm apologizing as a start, but can't you at least try to sound like you mean it? I'm sorry about that. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Please let me repair you. It's okay. I'm fine. If it was just the two of us here, I'd be sending him down to the pits of depravity and loving him to death right now. But I can't do that when Master's here acting like it's no big deal. It'd make things so much easier if he would just give the order, but of course he never would. Ugh. I mean, I guess it's kind of too early to just sort of murk people. So, yeah. Why are you glaring at me, Kama? It's nothing, I swear. One of these days, you're going to find yourself up to your eyeballs in trouble. No, let's just all get along here. By the way, it's been bugging me that you know my true name and I don't know yours, so I've been giving it some thought. Those Indian flower arrows, of course, remind me of the deity Kama, so I was wondering... What do I do? It'd probably be okay to tell them, but he's probably not going to actually figure it out. Whoa, hold on. Did you think I was so dim-witted I wouldn't notice those looks you're giving each other? Does this mean you really are Kama? So he was not going to guess Kama. Just based on that line there, he was not going to guess that Kama was Kama. He was going to give some other answer. Oh boy. But then, why are you a girl? I have my reasons. Besides, gender's no big deal to us. Well, I guess that makes sense. You are a god and all. Anyway, arousal-inducing flower arrows, huh? With those, I could easily woo Drop It and all those other beautiful women I had my eyes on. True. Just so you know, I'm boycotting divine duties right now, so don't expect anything out of me, no matter how much you pray. For that matter, you've got a lot of nerve bringing that up after you went and sucker punched us. Try something like that again and I'll kill you right on the spot. Got it? Oh, yes, I understand. So as gods and as servants, I would like nothing more than to continue this relationship on a foundation of mutual respect. Of course, when you get right down to it, Kama, you're still one of our gods if I play my cards right. I can use her to our advantage. Why are you in such a good mood? Oh, never mind. Come on, we're almost to defend. You know, I do find it kind of hilarious that they are actually addressing the fact that Kama is normally a guy in this, but has taken on a female form. It's kind of funny. Also, this is a lot of Ronnie. Ronnie definitely got a lot of updates to her appearance. Those are Type D AIs. Even this world sees the occasional bug or two, so it's their job to find and eliminate them. I guess they kind of like what you call police officers in the outside world. True. In most circumstances, divine summoning is impossible, and when you do summon something divine, you get an angry mango. Anyway, they're very important, so don't do anything to provoke them or we'll be in big trouble. So this is where the central governing AI is located, huh? It looks a lot like a church. I don't know why it's designed like that, but I don't think it has any particular meaning. Kotomine. Is Kotomine going to be the central AI? Well, no, wait. This is presumably based a little bit. They're taking inspiration from Fate Extra. I have no idea who was the governing, I have no idea if there was any, church in the original Fate Extra game, so I don't know that. But it could be Kotomine, that'd be hilarious. It could also be BB who's doing a little trolling. I would not discount BB somehow inserting herself into this event. I don't think Mango classifies as one not in the case of Atraxia because his case is quite unique. I did hear that apparently Hollow Atraxia is getting a remaster sometime this year, by the way. That was an abandoned church, and Melt kind of took refuge there more than anything. But if Melt was the governing AI, then that'd be okay with me. That was probably just the most stable design or something. Anyway, let's go in. First, I'll just send an entry request and... Okay, we're approved. Into the church we go. Into the church we go. Yep, it is clearly related to the moon. I overheard your conversation, and yes, you're right. There is no particular reason for this building being shaped the way it is. Certainly no religious connotations. We just measured the average data values and selected what seemed to be the most natural and appropriate form. I believe the term you have for this is tradition. It's normal Ronnie! It's just Ronnie! She's a Ronnie, she's a Ronnie, this is a Ronnie. Is there any other Ronnies we need to know about here? Indeed there is. I am the primary AI that serves as the foundation for the Ronnie series AIs that exist in this world. So of course the other AI's appearance settings would be based on my own. I also gave a lot of thought to what to call myself. We may not have needed individual names before, but I can see there is no need to reject them. If anything, they appear to be beneficial. So you could say that I and I alone am Ronnie, but that wouldn't be quite right. I'm the only AI who performs the function I do, so I don't have a type prefix. No, in my case, I think calling me by my current version, based on the number of times I've undergone a major update, would be more appropriate. As such, please call me Ronnie XII. Ronnie the 12th. Did I not say, like, earlier in the stream, slash a couple, like, 1 or 2 videos ago on YouTube, that Ronnie is Ronnie... Okay, no. Ronnie XII. So the Ronnie is, yeah, higher. She is 5 versions higher than the Ronnie from Fate Extra. The Fate Extra Ronnie was Ronnie the 7th. This is Ronnie the 12th. That will be my name from now on. Alright. And that is Section 2. With the reveal of the 7th Ronnie. Or the 12th Ronnie. Blech. So, 1 quartz, 2 arrows, 2 pures, 2 hellfires. Unlock Section 3, but before we do that, we do have some notes up here. Oh, 8th. My bad. Person caster may look like Guilds to Rise. Tentacled creatures as familiars have a different appearance from the Sea Fiends. The one from Chaldea controls. Okay, so persons is just going to be any person IDs, comma. God of Love with the sugarcane bow and Ergo flowers, comma, is another aspect of Mar, the Demon King of Depravity. She is the lone servant from Chaldea accompanying Master. Berserker Duryodhana, one of the figures of the Mahabharata. Eldest Prince. So nothing really new so far. Sion, for some reason, looks younger than usual. Her personality and manner of speech are slightly different. Uses Ether Light, passed down from the Outlaw family. Berserker's Master, Prime AI of Repair, one of the AI types of this world. Prime AI, she's naturally with her duty to heal the wounded, takes pleasure in carrying out her task. Berserker belittles her. Ronnie the 12th, Central Governing AI, the original Ronnie series. First primary AI design, she's capable of updating herself when necessary through self-analytical and optimizations. Type R Ronnies. Type D Ronnies. I'm just going to look through all these. I'm not going to read them all because it's a lot of text, and if you want to read them all, you can pause this video on YouTube and read them yourself. But just because I can feel that I will get my tongue tied reading these. Some new things about the Type Ds. They address malicious data and other physical failures which might harm the AIs of the world. In some cases, they eliminate such threats by force. Their basic equipment includes security accessories, or firearms that uses runniment and power for bullets. Slight variations exist among the individuals. Speak efficiently. Okay. Repair is one of the groupings. Defend is the other. Runniment is the source of currency. And a view of the world structure. Okay. So that was Section 2 of Ordeal Call 1. So for those of you on YouTube, I think I'm going to call this one here. So, I've been Soulrack Dragon. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this. If you have, be sure to leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. So, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to catch more of this, because I will be posting these out section by section every single day until Ordeal Call 1 is complete. Once again, thank you so much for coming out, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow.